What's up guys, it's Captain Res Production 72 and today we are on the Alt channel starting a new series. I'm just going to fix that block there. But yeah, today we are starting a new series on the channel which won't happen every week, it will happen just whenever it happens. And this is something I decided to start. So I made a vlog on this account, so I'm just fixing these bricks. This has been moved, so some of the bricks have popped up on this. But anyway, so I made a vlog about this, Lego vlog, starting my new project. So if you've seen that, you already know what this is. Now, I didn't mention doing a series on it, I just said I'd do a whole video, but I decided to actually make a full-on series about it, because I thought, I'd do this. Now, this has been inspired by, if you know the YouTuber, Rich Boy J, he's one of the, not the biggest, but he's one of the bigger Lego YouTubers. He's doing collecting of Lego Star Wars minifigure. Well, I'm not going to do that, I'm doing something else. So for those of you who haven't seen, I have decided to collect every single Lego Star Wars 2012 released minifigure. So yeah, so that only includes minifigures that were new in that year. So say, for instance, there was a set called the Droid Escape Pod. The C-3PO and the two Sand Troopers from that set were brand new that year, but the R2-D2 was reused because he came out in 2008. Therefore, he would not count. Minifigures that were brand new in the year 2012, so only those. So yeah, you won't see like the original R2, you won't see the R2-D2 that was going about like 2 years before that, that was in some 2012 sets. You won't see battle droids or anything like that, because those minifigures were not new that year. For instance, only minifigures that were brand new that year, or variations of minifigures that were brand new that year, like ones that had the updated pupils that came out that year. So yeah, this is part of a new series. This is episode 1 of collecting every 2012 Lego Star Wars minifigure. I know it's a bit weird. Why would you choose 2012 of every year you could pick, and why not do all years? I'm going to answer that just now. So year 1, why 2012? 2012 is one of those years that doesn't have too many expensive, it has a couple. And the other reason is 2012 is my favourite year for Lego Star Wars. Out of all the years, 2012 was my favourite. So that's why I've decided to pick it. Second of all, just the figures and stuff, there was less Star Wars content at the time, like there was the Clone Wars, there was the 6 movies of course, and there was the Old Republic, and whatever non-canon stuff they put in the Advent calendar, so there's less to worry about. Second of all, I would never do every year of Lego Star Wars, because there's some years that just have bad minifigures, and there's ones that are well overpriced that I'm not interested in. New releases for the year 2012 only, so figures that were new that year. So yeah, this is the stand that I have built to house the collection, and it can fit all the minifigures. So there was 74, I repeat, 74 minifigures in the year of 2012, of which I had 5. So this is going to go in a couple of stages. This episode we're doing stage 1, ones that are in my personal collection already, so I only had 5. But we're going to place them on the stand, which I'm going to turn around for you guys. So yeah, these episodes will come out whenever I get a minifigure. My goal is to get at least one minifigure a month for this. At least one minifigure a month, so at least one episode of this a month. I know you guys are going to be getting one in March, maybe more, who knows, in that month, because I'll be getting a lot of money that next month, which I will be throwing to try and get a couple of the more expensive minifigures from that year. So yeah, again, only minifigures that were brand new for the year 2012, just to make that clear. So let's turn that stand round and put the ones I already have on the stand. Okay then, so the stand is turned round, so you can see that there is smooth parts dividing each different area on the stand. There is a purpose. So that is to kind of separate areas. So yeah, it's like there's 2 rows for each movie. This is how I'm doing it, with a space in between that's kind of been smoothed or tiled off, just so that they're not all bunched together. So these top 2 tiers here are episode 1, Clone Wars, episode 3, episode 4, 5, 6, and down here will be the non-canon stuff from either the Advent calendar or Star Wars The Republic, that sort of stuff. Now, yes, I did not put episode 2 there. That was intentional, because in 2012 they only released one Attack of the Clone Space minifigure, one, and that was a Super Battle Droid in one of the Advent calendars, or one that I would count as episode 2. So there was only the one minifigure that year from episode 2. So, and because that minifigure had already been, he wasn't new for the year, the Super Battle Droid I'm talking about was designed in 2007, he won't count as a 2012 release, so he will not be in this series. So therefore, I'm only doing The Phantom Menace, The Clone Wars, Revenge of the Sith, A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, and all the non-canon stuff will go down here. Although, personally, I consider the Old Republic canon, because that's my perception of canon, even though Disney says it's not. Anyway, so here's some of the minifigures I have. I'm just going to try and place them randomly, like I'm not going to do them all in a line. So I have a couple most of them OT, by the way. So I did not buy these for the purpose of this video. I just kind of got the idea because 2012 is a year, like Star Wars wise, and just a year in general, that I have a lot of nostalgia for. So these ones I'm going to place up. Now these are 5 that I just got over the year. 3 of them, you're going to be confused to why it's here. Well, 4 of them actually, you're going to find kind of confusing. Anyway, let's get into this. So the first minifigure that I'm going to be putting on the stand in this episode is Luke Skywalker Celebration. He was for the 10th anniversary of LEGO Star Wars and came in the visual dictionary. And you're thinking, wait, the 10th anniversary was in 2009, why the hell am I putting it up here? Well, if you look closely at the minifigure, you will notice he has pupils and has an updated head. So the 2009 version just had black dots instead of eye pupils. This minifigure was given pupils on the eyes and the updated head in 2012. So even though it was an 09 figure, he was updated with the new face in 2012. Therefore, in my book, he counts as a 2012 release, right? And as does one of the LEGO Star Wars minifigure books. So he will go, that's it. Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith. Episode 4 will go here. We will place that to Luke Skywalker. Next minifigure I have will also be one of the ones that confuse you. Only one of these will make kind of sense until I've explained it. We have a Rebel Trooper. Now these did come out in 2008 and were seen in 2009. Again, like the Luke Skywalker, this one was one of the ones that was updated. The original had black dots for eyes. Let me see if I can get that in there. Right, the original one only had black dots for the eyes. This one was updated with pupils in 2012 and was part of the Advent calendar. And because the version with the pupils first came out in 2012, he's a 2012 variant. Therefore, he gets to join in with Luke Skywalker. He will go there. I'm not placing these in any particular place, but if there's too many figures I have for one, they will go next to each other. I kind of want to have a random look and just get filled in kind of random gaps as I go, is the way I want to do this. The next minifigure also will be kind of confusing. So this here is a snowtrooper. Now yes, this one first came out in 2007, which might get like the other ones, though this version, apparently there's a small difference on the torso and whatnot. So this one came out in the 2012 Advent calendar, so therefore he counts as a 2012 minifigure because there's some sort of colour difference on the torso. The LEGO Star Wars Ultimate Book says he's from 2012, so he counts as 2012. His minifigure will go probably over here on the Empire Strikes Back section of this. So the next minifigure we got is the one that is 100% new for 2012 and wasn't an updated minifigure. So this minifigure was new for 2012. He is Commander Grief from the Clone Wars and he was in that Geonosian Cannon set. And by the way, this was in the Advent calendar and he was in his, like, an updated, like, you know, they were still selling the 09 visual dictionary at that point because they hadn't brought out a new one, so they just updated the minifigure within. But this minifigure was brand new. He came out in the January wave of 2012, and he was in the Geonosian canon with Barriss Offee and the Geonosians. So yeah, he's a pretty cool minifigure. I enjoy him. He's got the standard Clone Trooper head and stuff. So yeah, he was like one of the first minifigures of the year. He will go up here in the Clone Wars section. So our last minifigure for this episode of this, by the way, this is not the end of the video. I have more content to show or more to talk about since this is the first episode of the series. But after this, they will only consist of me putting the minifigures on the stand. So this one, let's take the stand off to show you guys. So this is the Han Solo Carbonite. Now those people who will know, like, wait, this was released in 2010. Why is it a 2012 collection video? You might not be able to tell, but this one has the brighter print. The print is a lighter grey. Now this was an intentional move by LEGO, so therefore, the one with the lightest print is the 2012 one from 9516 Jabba's Palace. Therefore, this version was exclusive to Jabba's Palace, and because it's that version, I am putting it in this video. So I've got this stand for it, or brick kind of stand thing for it, that will go, yeah, we'll put it over at the end, right, we'll put it there. Get to focus, but yeah, so I hope you're enjoying the first episode of this series. I don't know how often I'll be doing these. I know I'll be doing 1 or 2 of these in March because there's a few I want to buy. I want to buy at least one expensive one. But yeah, I thought I know this was in a LEGO vlog earlier, but I thought, let's kick this off. Let's make this a series that can happen whenever. The reason it's not going on the main channel is purely due to, you know, this I can do randomly and at my own pace. On the other channel, everything's scheduled. Like, I only See, the other channel is more professional. Like, not that this one isn't, but the other channel's like, I will upload Tuesday and I will upload Friday. Say I buy a minifigure some day in the middle of that. I don't want to have to go through all that, trying to do that. This channel is kind of like my more laid back, where I kind of post when I want to, if that makes sense. So this series works better on here, but don't worry. We'll be talking about it on the main channel, Captain Production 72. But yeah, I thought it's fun to kind of bring the LEGO content over to this channel too, for ones I don't feel don't fit. But you know, 5 minifigures to kick this off, I know isn't much out of 74, so there was 69 more minifigures I need to get. Now yes, I know I made a LEGO vlog on this earlier, though I wanted to make it an official series. So I'd like to get 1 minifigure a month for this, although at the least, I'd like to get a couple, at least at the most 3, 1 at the least, just to try and fill in some gaps. I would like to try and get a couple of expensive ones. One that I would like to get by the next episode is the 2012 Revenge of the Sith Palpatine. Like, my goal is to get at least 1 figure from each section. So, let's see, I've got 1 for Return of the Jedi, 1 for Empire Strikes Back, 2 for A New Hope. So I want to get Revenge of the Sith and an Episode 1 minifigure, and then a non-canon minifigure. That's how I'm going to go about it. So, yeah. The next time I do one of these, I will have more than 1 minifigure because I'll be getting a lot of money. So that's why there'll be a few, but after that, most episodes will consist of 1 or 2 minifigures. Anyway, this has been episode 1 of buying every LEGO Star Wars 2012 minifigure, or buying every 2012 LEGO Star Wars minifigure. Whatever you want to call it. Don't know when the next episode is. Try for mid-March. See you guys in the next episode of this. Bye.